Some roles are so tightly associated with the actors who play them that they become iconic, making it nearly impossible to imagine anyone else filling those shoes. Take James Bond, for example. Sean Connery's suave, unflappable portrayal of the British spy is the gold standard. Similarly, Harrison Ford's Indiana Jones, with his rugged charm and adventurous spirit, is inseparable from the character. And then there's Robert Downey Jr. As Tony Stark in Iron Man, his charisma and wit became the defining traits of the Marvel Cinematic Universe's foundation. These roles have become so iconic that it's hard to picture anyone else taking them on. But what if I told you that there are some actors who auditioned for these iconic roles but didn't land them?
I've got $67.08.
That'll get you to New York. Where are you going to go after that?
Someplace where I don't have to go to moron school. Would you forget about the stupid game? Now close it up and put it away.
Jurassic Park is such an iconic film that it's nearly impossible to picture anyone else in its unforgettable roles. However, Gwyneth Paltrow once auditioned for the part of Dr. Ellie Sattler.
Maybe they're hearing something, turning their head so they can hear. Or maybe it's just ritual behavior, species-specific behavior that serves to identify them to one another. Or maybe it doesn't have any broader meaning. Maybe they're weird. Maybe dinosaurs are weird. Maybe it's some kind of communication.
The role that ultimately went to Laura Dern. A decision that worked out perfectly, as Dern's performance has become a defining aspect of the film's legacy. Leonardo DiCaprio's portrayal of Jack Dawson in Titanic is legendary, but the role nearly went to Jeremy Sisto, known for his work in Clueless. Sisto even had a screen test with Kate Winslet, who was already cast as Rose.
What's this?
This is just some sketches.
Oh, Jack. These are quite good.
You like them?
Yeah, really, they are.
I didn't think too much of them in Paris.
Ooh, how sad the lines are.
That's you. Yesterday you were feeding hats to the fish.
It is me. So that's why you were staring at me so rudely.
Despite his strong audition, the role ultimately went to DiCaprio, sealing his status as a Hollywood superstar. Sisto handled the loss with grace, though he admitted it stung. Reflecting on the experience, he said, "It was exciting to be a part of the process, to be involved in something that had that kind of scope. Anything James Cameron does has this huge scope to it. He's trying to push the limits on things. So, I was just insanely inspired by it, and a little heartbroken when the role didn't come my way." Though he didn't end up aboard the Titanic, Sisto went on to build a successful career of his own. Chris Klein, best known for his role in American Pie, decided to try his luck auditioning for the film adaptation of Mamma Mia. However, the attempt didn't go as planned.
I wasn't jealous before we met. Now every man that I see is a potential threat. And I'm possessive, it isn't nice. You heard me saying that smoking was my only vice. But now it isn't true.
The audition tape eventually leaked online, sparking widespread ridicule. Klein later admitted the criticism wasn't unwarranted. "I took a chance. I can't sing. I don't know why I was in there. But I took a chance. It's a musical. Let's see if I can give it a shot." And, the way that they put it out there, it gets taken out of context and all that kind of thing. It was really a dreadful audition. Ultimately, the role went to Dominic Cooper, whose performance as Sky perfectly complemented the film's tone. As for Klein, he can at least laugh about the misstep today. The cinematic reboot of Get Smart ultimately featured Anne Hathaway as the sharp and stylish Agent 99, but Jessica Alba was among those who auditioned for the role.
Oh, whoa, that happened fast.
Could you please watch where you're going?
Well, actually, technically, you ran into me.
Great, I was on my last mile, now I have no idea how fast it was.
Well, you were moving, not easy to knock me down. I have a pretty low center of gravity, pretty solid.
I'm just gonna call it a 450.
You ran a 450? Not bad. I once ran a 516.
That's slower.
While Alba didn't land the part, it freed up her schedule to suit up as Sue Storm in Fantastic Four, proving that even when one door closes, another can lead to superhero stardom. Margot Kidder's portrayal of Lois Lane in Superman became iconic, but she wasn't the only actress vying for the role. The West Wing star Stockard Channing also screen-tested for the part. According to director Richard Donner, Kidder ultimately won the role because of her unique ability to treat Clark Kent and Superman as two distinct individuals, each eliciting a different reaction from Lois. A subtlety that helped define the character's dynamic with the Man of Steel. When Raiders of the Lost Ark hit screens in 1981, it introduced audiences to Indiana Jones, arguably one of the greatest film characters of all time. While Harrison Ford made the role iconic, he wasn't the original choice. George Lucas initially resisted casting him, telling Steven Spielberg, "Oh, Steven, he's been in 2 of my movies. I don't want him to be my Bobby De Niro." Instead, Lucas and Spielberg offered the role to Tom Selleck, who seemed like the perfect fit for the adventurous archaeologist. Unfortunately, Selleck had just filmed the pilot for Magnum P.I. and couldn't break free from his contract.
Hello, Murphy.
Look, I did what I did. I don't expect you to be happy about it. But maybe it can do us both some good.
Why start
Just
now?
shut up. Shut up and listen to me. Now, I need that piece your father had.
So,
Spielberg and Lucas held the offer out for about a month, Selleck told David Letterman. The more they held out the offer and talked to the network, the more the network said no. So I had to kind of move on. While Magnum P.I. became a huge success for Selleck, Harrison Ford stepped in, donned the fedora, and turned Indiana Jones into a cinematic legend. James Dean's portrayal of Jim Stark in Rebel Without a Cause is legendary, cementing his status as a cultural icon. However, few know that Marlon Brando, another acting titan, reportedly auditioned for the role. Despite Brando's extraordinary talent, the film's screenwriter dismissed the idea, saying, "It's oranges and apples." I heard that there was a test that Marlon did, but Nick Ray, the director, had no interest in that. While Brando went on to be hailed as one of the greatest actors of all time, Rebel Without a Cause was pivotal in solidifying James Dean's enduring legacy, making him a symbol of youthful rebellion for generations to come. Robert De Niro's Oscar-winning portrayal of young Vito Corleone in The Godfather Part 2 is unforgettable, but his journey with the iconic saga began years earlier. De Niro initially auditioned for the roles of both Sonny Corleone and Michael Corleone in the first film. Those parts ultimately went to James Caan and Al Pacino, respectively.
You're gonna take both of them out on me. You're gonna take them, and you know what they're gonna do to you? And you know what you do when you knock somebody off? You take a gun, you shoot him right up against his fucking head. That's what you do. You get his brains all over your nice new Ivy League suit, Michael. That's what happens. How do you like that?
It was spectacular, but it was Sonny really like killer, you know, like nothing you could ever sell.
I know you can do it. All right, you prove it to me. You can do it. Go ahead, prove it.
In hindsight, the wait worked in De Niro's favor. Stepping into the shoes of Vito Corleone not only secured him an Academy Award, but also solidified his place in cinematic history.